Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from the wall. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Can we denormalize men just asking you to come over without meeting you? I'm genuinely so confused. You think that I'm going to come over to your...
You know, women were the ones that kind of normalized it, and they didn't really normalize it. It's mostly only a certain top tier of men that get to ask that and receive it. Most men are not asking you to just show up to their house. They don't have the gumption to ask those things.
house when we've never met. You think that's an appropriate first date idea? What do you mean? If you don't have any money for a first date, take me on a walk. Not this half-assed bullshit of me coming over. But like, what are we gonna? I mean, I know what you want us to do. Come on, bro. Are you that lazy? Burn it, delete it forever.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we have an interesting story about a man who wanted to get a date with a woman. She turned out to be a Karen, demanding money because she was going through a tough time, and it all ended in a TikTok drama and defamation against this man. We want you to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're chasing 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Thanks to everyone who supports the project through super chats and by sharing their experiences in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Now, let's get started.
What we're witnessing right now with the women and just this like mass rejection of men is actually a survival technique.
A survival technique? Okay, let's hear more.
Our inherent instincts and adaptation and evolution over time.
I'm always very curious to see if someone actually can demonstrate that they know how evolution really works.
We have been able to observe that the men's behavior has become a threat to us.
Okay.
Trauma, including generational trauma, is stored within the body.
Interesting.
Okay.
But continue.
One could argue that men have always been a threat and a danger to women. It's true.
I'm sure that this is going somewhere. I hope.
I don't know that we've encountered a period in time yet where our bodies are telling us not to procreate with them.
If that in fact were true, there would be no current pregnancies, nor any children being born, but by all means, carry on.
We as a whole gender are recognizing that that specific group in our species is disease.
One individual should really...
Imagine other animals going about the other genders. It's like, oh, you're a disease. This is how animals go extinct.
Really not speak for an entire gender.
Nothing is wrong with them. They pose a threat to us and our offspring, and as such, we have no desire to mate.
Nuts.
We pose a threat to you and your offspring. Why is it only your offspring? Is it not our offspring?
It's not how evolution works exactly. Although, on the upside, those that have those mindsets that seem to think that an entire gender behaves in a certain way and therefore don't want to procreate, well, at least their genes won't be passed on.
Oh, hell no!
I don't know what kind of biology this woman studied, but one thing I do agree with is that she won't be reproducing anymore. Believe me, we don't need more women with colored hair and a pig ring in their nose. If not reproducing with men achieves that, well, they'd actually be doing us a big favor. But I want you to see the following story about what a man had to go through just for wanting a date with this modern woman. It's straight out of a movie.
Yeah. So I hope this was really worth it to you. You really wasted my time and my energy today.
I hope you have a better day.
Oh, well, I was having a great day until you showed up and decided to waste my time.
Do you mind if I close my door?
I don't mind, ugly fuck.
So, yeah, I'm done dating. So last week, I saw this girl on Mutual, that's the Mormon dating app, and I'm on there because, like, you know, I'd like to be with somebody with similar values and,
Makes sense.
Used to be maybe in the church, and so they know where I'm coming from, and I'm very upfront about, like, that I'm not active and all that. So anyways, I see this girl, very gorgeous. She's got, like, her business information and her phone number's on her profile. And she does, like, teeth whitening and esthetician stuff. So I texted her, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you knew, but your phone number's in one of your photos on your dating profile. And then, what did I say? I said, maybe it's intentional, I'm very interested in you, so I was thinking if you're game, I could pay you to whiten my teeth, and then if you were attracted to me and we hit it off, I could ask you out on a date. So I sent that on Wednesday.
Okay, reasonable.
Thursday night, she
He's
texted.
like, I can use a teeth whitening myself. A lot of you guys always tell me, your teeth are yellow. Whiten them. Guys, it's my natural teeth. Teeth just yellow. The porcelain white teeth are like pretty fake looking, and you could tell that teeth don't normally look like that.
Me, and she says, I'm getting evicted and I have $2,000 of rent to pay. And she put the dollar sign after. So I'm like, oh, I'm getting scammed. That's a fake profile, you know, that's a red flag. So I like looked her up a little bit and then I was like, oh no, it's like it's a legit business. This is her number. And so I just sent her a really nice text, like, you know, and things are tough for a lot of people right now. I hope things look up for you. Like, if you end up getting.
That's not what she was expecting, brother. She was expecting you to white knight in, swoop in. Let me save your business. Only $2,000. I can take care of that for you.
They said, let me know. I hope you move your stuff out. Didn't hear back from her. And then today, like, right as I was getting off drill, she's like, I charge $199 for teeth whitening. Would you like to do it today? And I was like, oh, I'm about to get off work. That could work for me. So, I texted her. I was just like, oh, I'll be in uniform. Is there a place where I could change clothes? Because I don't really want to do it in my uniform, blah, blah. And then, so she sends me the address. And then she's like, it's downtown, so there's only street parking available. And I was like, okay. So at 4:41, I said, sounds good. We just got released, so I can be there in like 25 or 30 minutes. And so she sends me like some directions of how to get there. So at 5:10, what did I tell you? I said 25 to 30 minutes at 4:41. So 5:10, so 31 minutes. I was 1 minute late.
We need to look deeper into the background of the story to judge what happened.
I'm not so
But based
sure.
on how it started, we can determine that this girl has the personality of a Karen.
Yeah.
Women who feel entitled. Just messaging a stranger about being evicted and lacking money is a red flag. But let's continue.
I was like just trying to find a spot, and I called her because like there's only a couple spots out in front of her, whatever she rents there, and so I was like around the corner. I called her. I was like, hey, to see if one would open up. So, and then I texted her. I was like, hey, will you just see if one of those spots has opened up? And she texted me back. She said, yeah, I have something else to do after this. There's plenty of street parking. I don't know what kind of games you're playing. So now I'm like, oh, I must be in the wrong spot from what she's talking about. So I parked my car where I'm not supposed to be parked in front of her thing. It says permit only. And I walk in, I'm like, hey, I must be confused because I don't see any spots open on the street to park in. And she's like, I told you to park over at the Megaplex with like all this attitude. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to pass. And so I turn around and I start walking out the door. And this must not have been her first rodeo because immediately she starts filming and she chases me out the door. I'm not kidding. She chases me out the door. She runs over to my car, she's like taking pictures of my plate. She's like, I'm going to call the cops and I'm going to tell them that because I told you there's $100 cancellation fee. I'm like in shock because I'm like, what is going on right now? So I'm like,
Broke, dusty, musty, crusty. That's what's going on right now.
okay, yeah, you can call the cops. Here's my ID. Like, because she's like taking pictures of my license plate. I'm like, here, I'll make it easier for you. Here's my ID. You can take a picture of that and you can tell the cops this is who I am and they can look me up. And like, she's just like, I told you there's $100 cancellation fee. And I'm thinking in my head, I don't really want to get my teeth whitened in the first place. I was just trying to get my foot in the door for a nice date with a beautiful woman. And so she's like standing in the way of my door, so I can't shut it without touching her. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna fall for that. So I'm like, hey, can I close my door? And anyways, so I'm closing my door, and she's like, you ugly fuck. She's like, okay, I'm getting out of here. So then she starts texting me, and she's like,
yes, this woman is a Karen who's completely crazy, which goes to show that a pretty face can hide a very dark heart. This man.
This is why the crazy, beautiful thing, you know, the more beautiful and attractive they are, the crazier they are. They kind of go hand in hand.
Wanted to have a chance with her. He seems like a decent guy,
He
but
does.
this woman is only driven by her greed for money, typical these days. This man has divine patience because any other man would have confronted her. It's clear he's in the military. He knows how to control his temper, as he said, "I won't fall into her trap." You saw in the video how she was saying all sorts of things to him while he got into his car. But let's take a look at the remaining messages for more context.
Just let it go. So she sent me $100 request on Cash App. She says, she said, she says, I'll be letting them know you're probably letting me know. I'll be letting you know you're basically blacklisted to all women in Utah now. I picked it back. I think I'll be okay.
Wow, she's that popular to be blacklisting a man out of all women in
With a
Utah.
smiley face. And then she texted me and she said, I should be charging you the full price, the full $199 for wasting my time, but you can go on ahead and pay the $100 cancellation fee so that this doesn't have to get escalated any further, and we can just go about our day and leave each other alone.
This is like a scam right here. She's trying to scam you out of $100, bro.
And I don't respond. Then she sends me a link to a TikTok video that she's like prepped, and she's like, you can pay the cancellation fee or this TikTok video can go viral after I share it to multiple Facebook groups and my Instagram with 140,000 followers. And like at this point I'm driving, so I'm just not even engaging. And she's this whole
My man, don't engage. Let it go. You should have blocked it, but it's also good to kind of have this record to, use.
whole time she's calling me. I'm like, I'm not answering the phone. That's
Broke, dusty, musty, crusty. Couldn't even let go of the $100.
yeah, she's psycho. I don't know what kind of mental health medication she's on, but it ain't working for her. She needs to find something else. And then she says,
Shout out to this guy.
I don't
He took it
understand
pretty
why
well.
you offered to pay for teeth whitening just to waste my time. I know I should have charged you the full appointment up front like I do with all my other clients before allowing you to come waste all my time and energy. If you're a man at all, you would pay the cancellation fee for wasting my time. I did absolutely
Look at that manipulation tactic. If you're a man at all, you'll pay me the money that I trying to scam from you.
nothing wrong, and I did nothing for you to treat me that way, and I don't deserve my time and energy to be wasted that you did that. And then she texted me a couple minutes later and she said, sounds like you have a business to frostbite food, so I'm gonna make sure that business does not go well for you.
Crazy.
What she doesn't understand is that I have nothing to lose, and I probably need that $100 worse than she does right now.
Yeah, I'm sure, brother.
So,
And all publicity is good publicity.
yeah. Frostbite
So
food.
he's that's what I thought. He was talking to like his friend or something about it.
So, and she's like, I'm gonna blacklist you on all the dating groups. I'm like, girl, I'm done dating. So go right out. I'm out. I'm gonna be a passport girl. I'm gonna go find me a nice young Brazilian lady to marry.
My man.
Or you guys can arrange me a marriage, but I am so done. Like, oh my goodness.
I know the feeling, bro. We all know the feeling.
Yeah, that's how my afternoon went. But I'm gonna be all over the internet in my uniform. I'm sure they're gonna love that. And I should have just hurried and changed before I left. But I was like, oh, so I think I'm just getting my uniform, bro. So yeah. Anyways.
I hope this man does
met-
not get any flack or trouble for this.
I think I met somebody possessed today. Like, I told her, oh, here's another text from me. Promote your small business, Utah. She's posted me on a Facebook page. His name is DJ Searcy. He apparently owns a business as well called Frostfight. He knew I was struggling financially. Booked me at my place of business on a Sunday just to waste my time. Oh, girl, that's not quite what happened, but anyways.
Again, why advertise that you're struggling financially?
I need to just block her number.
Don't. Keep it. You might need that.
So, how did your guys
And this, brothers, is a woman who I can assure you didn't have a father figure in her life. She doesn't have a male partner either. In short, she's lacking men in her life. Women who don't have relationships with men are always the first to claim they're in danger simply because men exist in the world.
Yep.
You never see women with fathers, brothers, or good men in their lives getting involved in this kind of nonsense because they understand the significance of the men in their lives and value them. But those who lack that masculine energy will never get it. This type of woman only changes if she's lucky enough to have a son. That's
Maybe her son is probably gonna have a very tough time.
when, with some luck, her perspective on men might shift. But from what little I can see, I'd guess she's single, and it's even more likely she'll hit her 30s and face the wall before getting married. And as we all know, the wall spares no one.
Nope.
But this is the problem. It's not the actions of the few. You need to reverse that statement.
Well, this sounds promising.
It is the actions of most men.
Really? So most men do the same things, do they? Somehow I find that extremely hard to believe.
Agreed.
Most men. There are very few that do not act this way.
Which way? Pointing out illogical? Should I go so far as to say even irrational behavior of blaming the many on the actions of the few? I should hope that any individual, whether it's a man or a woman, would point out how illogical that kind of behavior is.
You have the privilege of being a man in this world.
Yes, the distinct privilege of being a man in this world and getting blamed for absolutely everything that has ever gone wrong. What a privilege that is.
We have the lived experience every single day since we are young women dealing with men like this. You will never...
Yes, every single day you've dealt with men. Even though some of you came from single mother households your whole life. The things that women say are just so dumb.
Your lifetime feel safe as a woman as long as there are men in the world like this.
This is one of those situations in which I will say again that an individual should only speak for themselves, not for all women, because not all of us feel unsafe just because there are men in the world.
This woman is desperate for money and is going about it in the worst way possible. She's the typical entitled woman who feels she can do whatever she wants with a man. I want you to notice that many men go through similar situations. That's why, when you see a woman bad-mouthing a man, insulting him over a date, or, if they were married, calling him an abuser, there's always more to the story than what they claim. If this man
Narcissist.
hadn't made a video telling the truth, reading her messages, and recording everything that happened, today he'd be labeled the bad guy,
Yep,
a
always.
so-called abuser who steals money from a vulnerable woman. And you all know the feminist groups that would go after him on every social media platform,
I mean, tell you the truth, I'm surprised I haven't been canceled yet by a whole bunch of women.
attacking him and especially his business, without even knowing the real story. Congratulations to that woman. She's managed to drive a hardworking, decent man away from the dating market. Now, another family-oriented Mormon woman with strong values will miss out on him. Just like this man, there are many others who are tired of these modern women who are out of their minds, living their entire lives on TikTok. Brothers, what's your take on this story?
Man, that gentleman went through some crazy. It's like you try to be romantic, you try to get yourself in sometimes, and I don't hate on the guy for trying. I don't hate on the guy for willing to spend $200 to get his teeth whitening, because it's like a double plus in a sense. If you do want teeth whitening and it's kind of getting you in the door with a particular woman, it makes sense to me. But this is really why men have stopped. That man for sure is probably not going to be dating anytime soon until he gets his passport and leaves. Oh